Welcome back to Braintree Today. I'm Martha Constantinides and you're watching VCAM TV. Now we'll be getting into our latest stories from the week. Welcome back to Braintree Today. I'm Martha Constantinides and you're watching VCAM TV. Now we'll be getting into our latest stories from the week. A rare and powerful magnitude 6.8 earthquake struck Morocco in the middle of the night last Friday when most residents were sleeping at home. So far, it killed more than 1,000 people and damaged buildings from villages in the Atlas Mountains to the historic city of Marrakesh. Rescuers were struggling to get through boulder-strewn roads to the remote mountain villages that were the hardest hit. Morocco's King Mohammed VI ordered the armed forces to mobilize air and land assets, specialized search and rescue teams, and a surgical field hospital. The U.S. agency reported a magnitude 4.9 aftershock hit 19 minutes later. The earthquake was the strongest ever recorded in the region. The quake was the biggest to hit Morocco in 120 years, and it toppled buildings and walls in ancient cities not designed to withstand quakes. Last weekend, during the G20 summit in India, President Joe Biden failed to unite world leaders in condemning Russia's war on Ukraine. Russian President Vladimir Putin and Chinese President Xi Jinping did not attend the gathering, but even in their absence, the two nations notched a win when it came to rallying the international community against the war that began more than a year and a half ago. A group of 20 nations declined to explicitly criticize Russia for the invasion, saying that countries must refrain from the threat or use of force to seek territorial acquisition. New Mexico Governor Michelle Grisham, who is a Democrat, has suspended the Second Amendment to the Constitution of the United States for residents across Albuquerque for at least 30 days. The Second Amendment guarantees citizens their right to bear arms. Her move comes in response to an uptick in gun violence. The governor at a press conference indicated that in her view, no constitutional right, including her own oath of office, is absolute. But even fellow Democrats are speaking out against her actions. California Congressman Ted Lieu said no state in the union can suspend the federal constitution. There is no such thing as a state public health emergency exception to the U.S. Constitution. Lawsuits and calls for the governor's impeachment from New Mexico Republican legislators have been the responses so far. Hurricane Lee is continuing its trek across the Atlantic and has made its way back to a major hurricane strength. Early Friday morning, Lee rapidly intensified to a Category 5 storm, the first Category 5 since 2022's devastating Ian. It is still uncertain if the storm will have any impact on Massachusetts and the New England coast. At the very least, large swells from Lee will likely move outward from the storm and toward New England sometime this week. Danny Masterson, commonly known for his role of Hyde on That 70s Show, has been sentenced to serve 30 years to life in prison for raping two women in the early 2000s. Masterson was found guilty in May at a retrial after the first jury was unable to reach a verdict in 2022. Following his conviction, Masterson was deemed a flight risk and was taken into prison custody. The actor was convicted after 3 women testified that he had sexually assaulted them at his Hollywood home from 2001 to 2003, during the height of his television fame. He was found guilty of rape against 2 of his 3 accusers. Before the hearing, a motion for a new trial by Masterson's defense team was denied by the judge, according to a Los Angeles court official. Thanks for watching Braintree Today. We'll be right back with more after the break.
Did you know your teenager's brain is more likely to get addicted to nicotine than yours? The tobacco and vaping industries do. They target teens with their products and try to cover up the fact that there's nicotine in them. Talk with your kids about the real dangers of vaping.
Welcome back. On September 11th, the town of Braintree held their annual 9/11 ceremony early Monday morning at the town's fire station. Acting Coordinator of Community Events Chris Griffin hosted the event with a number of speakers lined up to give their remarks. A light breakfast was provided at the conclusion of the ceremony for all in attendance. Here's more from Mayor Charles Kokoris' speech.
I'd like to welcome everyone coming out today. I'd like to welcome our veterans. Thank you for all your service and being part of everything that we have here in Braintree. I'd like to thank and welcome our firefighters, our police officers, our EMTs, and all of our residents that are here today to mark the 22nd anniversary of the attack on our nation on September 11, 2001. And we made a commitment back in September of 2001 that we would never forget. And that's why Braintree has never forgotten and continues to hold this remembrance ceremony. And it has really been at many different places. It's at the right place here at the fire station. But as far as some of the things that this town has done in stepping up, 10th anniversary, AARP, I know Al Barrasso and Mrs. Duffy really did a tremendous job at recognizing and honoring the 10th anniversary, and I will never forget all of those flags that were planted in front of Town Hall. So this annual observance serves as a solemn reminder of the immense sacrifice made by countless individuals, as well as an opportunity to reflect on the strength and unity that defines our great nation.
The town's first Mid-Autumn Festival is scheduled for Sunday, September 30th from 3 to 7 p.m. at French's Common. The event is sponsored by the Chinese American Association of Braintree, Mayor Charles Kokoris, and the Braintree Recreation Department. Also known as the Moon Festival or the Mooncake Festival, it marks a time when the full moon is its highest and brightest, coinciding with the autumn harvest. The festival will feature a variety of cultural activities and performances, including traditional lion and dragon dances and lantern making workshops. Admission is free and there will be vendors, food, music, and games. The association held a popular Lunar New Year celebration at Town Hall this year. The grand opening of the new South Middle School kicked off with a ribbon cutting ceremony on September 1st. Here's more from Mayor Charles Kokoris.
The amount of resources that we are giving our students, as we did in East, and fulfilled our promise to make sure South was done as well, with the lab space that we have, with the new gymnasiums, the cafetorium, even our courtyard, our basic classroom are a testament to how much we care about our students here at Braintree.
3, 2, 1, go! Bye.
The Braintree Community Partnership is hosting their second annual scavenger hunt on Saturday, September 30th from 1:30 p.m. to 3:30 p.m. This free and fun event will have you and your teammates earning points as you search the sights and streets of Braintree for answers to questions, pictures, and selfies. Up to 4 people per team can play. Prizes will be presented for winners who come in first, second, and third place. Registration is required and more information about the event will be given to those who register. For more information about this event or to learn more about the BCP, please contact Lynn Frano at the Health Department at lfrano@braintreema.gov. This September, the town of Braintree wants to remind residents of some recycling options coming up this month. For residents' convenience, textile donation containers are now located in every schoolyard and the recycling center. So save some room in your trash cart by donating at one of those locations today. For appliances, mattresses, box springs, and furniture collection, call Capital Waste a few days prior to your trash day. To schedule, just call 617-569-1718 and leave a message stating what items are going to be collected, along with a complete address, phone, and regular collection day. For construction materials, pallets, stairs, fencing, toilets, doors, and windows must all be disposed of by the contractor or a private construction disposal company. Habitat for Humanity takes reusable items at no charge. Even though the summer is winding down, it's important to keep protecting yourself from West Nile virus and Triple E that can be transmitted through mosquito bites. A few things to help fight mosquito bites include using repellent containing DEET whenever you're outside, covering up with long sleeves and pants, avoid spending time outdoors between dusk and dawn, removing standing water so mosquitoes don't breed, and fixing any holes in your screens or windows. Thanks for watching Braintree today on BCAM TV. We'll be right back with more stories in the area.
Take steps to keep yourself and your family safe from ticks and the illnesses they can cause. Use EPA-approved tick repellents on your skin and clothes. Read and follow the directions. Wear light-colored clothing to make it easier to spot a crawling tick. Check for ticks on yourself, your kids, and your pets anytime you've been outdoors. Some tick bites can make you sick, but finding and removing a tick properly makes it less likely. Call your doctor if you start to feel ill or notice a rash near the bite. Play it safe when you're outdoors.
Welcome back to Braintree today. Now let's get right into more stories. Tom Brady was honored by the New England Patriots at halftime during their game against the Philadelphia Eagles on Sunday in a touching ceremony. During the event, Brady had a chance to thank the fans who cheered him on for 20 seasons as the team retired his jersey number 12. The NFL legend reflected on joining the Patriots in 2000 when he didn't know where New England was and how far the team has come since then. Brady said in his speech, quote, "All our lives take us on different journeys. They take us to different places. They bring different people into our lives. But one thing I am sure and that will never change is that I am a Patriot for life," end quote. Just 3 days after a neo-Nazi group by the name of NSC 131 held a demonstration outside a dormitory of Eastern Nazarene College, state authorities are holding a community meeting on Tuesday, September 12th. The meeting, which will take place at Central Middle School at 6:30 p.m., to address the incident and speak with residents regarding the temporary housing for migrant families. Quincy police said around 8:30 p.m. on Saturday, 25 to 30 white men in khakis and face masks marched to the site and stood on a public sidewalk while holding flares and a banner and chanting for the migrant families to go home and that they were not welcome. This isn't the first time the group has been seen in Massachusetts, as they held similar demonstrations in Kingston last October to protest the state's placement of homeless people and migrants fleeing violence in their home country. Quincy has appealed the August 9th State Department of Environmental Protection's decision to grant a license for a proposal to rebuild the Long Island Bridge, calling Boston's license application egregiously deficient. Boston plans to provide substance abuse treatment and other services on the island, which is accessible by land only through Quincy's Squantum neighborhood. Chapter 91 is the Public Waterfront Act, which is the state's primary tool for protection and promotion of public use of its tidelands and other waterways. On August 30th, Quincy Mayor Thomas Koch filed a 140-page appeal of the license to Mass DEP's Office of Appeals and Dispute Resolution. Mass DEP ordered Quincy and Boston to confer about a possible settlement of their differences by September 18th. The ongoing closures at the MBTA will continue this fall. MBTA officials are planning to close a part of the Red Line for more than 2 weeks during October to expedite critical track work on one of the Boston area's rail system's oldest stretches of track. General Manager Philip Eng announced the plans are to close the Red Line's Ashmont branch and the entire Mattapan line for 16 days, starting on October 14th. Eng said allowing crews to work around the clock will help them accomplish 6 months worth of track work. The project would alleviate 28 speed restrictions that currently limit train speeds on those parts of the track system. Eng said the plan is modeled after a recent 12-day closure of the Green Line's B branch. Thanks for watching Braintree today. We'll be right back with more in entertainment.
Attention! Attention!
What's going on?
It's summer reading time!
Wahoo!
Build it!
Create it!
Unleash it! Express it!
Free it!
Find your voice this summer at your library with reading programs for children, teens, and adults.
Welcome back to Braintree Today. Now in entertainment, we have 3 new movie recommendations for you to watch. First up in entertainment, Vacation Friends 2 is a sequel to the 2021 film which stars John Cena and Lil Rel Howery. The sequel focuses on Marcus and Emily, who land an all-expenses-paid trip to a Caribbean resort. The pair decides to invite their uninhibited besties, Ron and Kyla. But when Kyla's incarcerated father is released from prison and shows up, things get out of control. You can watch Vacation Friends 2 now only on Hulu. Next in entertainment, Cobweb follows a young boy named Peter who is plagued by a mysterious constant noise from the inside of his bedroom wall. His parents insist the noise is purely his imagination, but as his fear intensifies, he begins to believe that his parents are hiding a terrible and dangerous secret. The film stars Anthony Starr and Lizzie Kaplan. You can watch Cobweb now on Amazon Prime Video. Finally, in entertainment, Hearts of Stone follows Rachel Stone, an intelligence operative who is the only person that stands between her powerful peacekeeping agency and its most dangerous asset. The film stars Gal Gadot and Ala Bat. You can watch Heart of Stone now only on Netflix. That'll do it for news today. I'm Martha Constantinides, and thank you for watching Braintree Today on BCAM TV. Stay safe, and we'll see you next time.